dream, but when you're running your own business, it's not like you're an employee where you can go to the boss and say, hey, can you make this decision for me? Sometimes when you have your dream, it feels like you're all alone, like you're the only one going through different trials, different challenges. And so to be able to have this common space where women can come and talk about it in a non-threatening, non-competitive way, it could be something as simple as getting your first client in business, or another one could be how to take my business to the next level, or challenges that we face, whether you're married or single, or if you're a mom with small children. All of those challenges that if you're in a whether you're in a office with a building or a home office, you just need people to connect and talk to understand you're not alone.
That is one thing that in many of the organizations or groups that I belong to, many of them are marketing oriented because I'm a firm believer in marketing. It's that an entrepreneur is the loneliest person in the world, which is why it's so important to belong to mastermind groups, to belong to a coaching group, to belong to a group that like-minded people, but in different arenas, come together because they act as your board of directors. They act as your advisors. They act as the people who can say, oh boy, I went through this and this is what I would recommend. So I totally agree with you. So what is your own personal purpose and your own personal goals in doing this work?
A lot of what I'm starting is, I look back because I've been in business now for 14 years, full-time entrepreneurship, and I look back through the beginning years and I think, what would I have wanted when I started? What would have helped me to keep going, have the hope? And so I started the Connected Women Win Facebook group. It's a free community for women, but also I take it a step further. I have coaching programs, like you mentioned, mastermind groups. I have a membership program. I take it a step further for those women who say, okay, the group is great. I feel excited. I feel full of hope, but now I need strategy. I need help with my marketing. I need specific, I need a place where I can just bounce ideas off of. So that's where my coaching programs come in place as well. I also do a lot of motivational, transformational speaking to large groups. I have one coming up this week to a group of 350 women. So with that, it's kind of twofold. I use the speaking to do the empowerment, the encouragement, the motivation, but I use the coaching to kind of walk women through, whether it's in a group coaching, whether it's in a one-on-one coaching program, to help them with the strategies that they need, like marketing, like business foundation, things like that. So what I envision is for me to continue doing more of this, to be traveling and speaking, but also to empower and impact and mentor as many women as I can to help them get to their next level. And I'm real passionate about the foundations in their business because of the mistakes that I made.
Well, of course, don't we all wish we don't have to go through those mistakes? And we all seem to think we know better. And of course, we have to experience it to make sure that we're not having it happen to us. But what is your vision for the future then, Tasha? What is your vision? I mean, is your company going to stay the same? Are you going to add to it? Are you going to adapt it? Tell us a little bit about Tasha's future.
Okay. I have two businesses, as you mentioned. I have the court reporting business. That's the one I've been doing for 14 years. My
Tasha, I have to interrupt you here. I used to have a court reporting school.
What?
And yes, I did. In my other life,
Oh
I
my
had
goodness.
I had a court reporting school, so I'm very familiar with what you do. And court reporting it's changed, of course, because
Yes,
it
ma'am.
used to be, everything had to be transcribed and so forth. Now it's all done, electronically and so forth. But it's a very demanding profession because what goes into those transcripts
Right.
is that's key. That's key to the defense or the whoever. So or the prosecution. So okay, you've got this court reporting business. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So interesting with the changes. My court reporting business, we do a lot of non-judicial reporting. I do captioning for schools, for government agencies, things like that. So my vision for that business is I want to build up my subcontractor pool and provide job opportunities for women, and I'm just overseeing it, and I'm also with them, just kind of like helping them along, but providing opportunities for income because a lot of them are stay-at-home moms. On the coaching and the speaking side, I envision that business growing and becoming my main business. Down the road, I'm looking and seeing helping women become coaches, become speakers, helping them to start their businesses, and even providing scholarship or what I can't think of the word, but investment funds to help women get going in their dreams. All the
So
while,
kind of doing a micro loan kind of thing.
right, right. That's my big vision down the road, because I'm really passionate about women really embracing their dreams while staying true to their faith, their family, and their vision.
It's interesting, Tasha, because it's been proven that at least in countries like Africa,
Mm-hmm.
women pay back these loans
Mm-hmm.
uh, better and faster than any male. It's just very interesting.
That is
That,
interesting.
yeah, so that's good. Just be cautious for what you wish for, because when you start getting, of course, I assume you'll have 1099 contractors as opposed to employees. But when you get people on your shall we say, kind of payroll, there's all kinds of other things that you have to be aware of, and that stuff doesn't always come easily. Well, let's tell people how to find you. Where should they go to find you?
Yes, ma'am. My website is tashamscott.com. That's tashamscott.com. I am also on Facebook. I'm on Periscope and YouTube. My handle is at Coach Tasha Scott.
And for those of you that want to know how to spell that, that's Tasha, Tasha M like Mary, Tasha M Scott, SCOTT.com. And so you'll be able to find her there, and on Twitter and on Facebook at Coach Tasha Scott, and Periscope, which is, of course, new and possibly something people have not experimented with but should. So there's all kinds of things that can be done and are part of this. So we've got a couple of minutes left, Tasha. Is there anything that you would like to tell our listening audience that we haven't covered?
I would just say, just to kind of wrap up everything, that you should always have someone who knows the real you. Somebody that knows you behind the mask, whether that's a friend, an accountability partner, a mentor, a coach, because we all need people in our lives who can see what we don't see.
That is so true. You need to have that secret, uh, that secret person who will say, "Oh, you're just full of it." I mean, come back down to earth. But we also need that person that says, "Go for it."
That's right.
And it's kind of hard to get that balance, because those that know us well may try to discourage us. So you've got to get the right person, and that brings us to mentors who can be coaches. Coaches are mentors, and if you're interested in having someone like Tasha work with you, then you should get in touch with her. And again, her website is tashamscott.com, and you can find her on Facebook. In fact, you could probably find her group, the Women Connect movement, on Facebook. So go ahead there, find her, work with her. I think you'll enjoy it. It seems like you've got your head on right, Tasha. I want to thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
It's been a delight, and hopefully some people are going to call you and say, this is it. And I just congratulate you on the court reporting, because that is really, that's an issue we should have really talked about as well, because that's a very intriguing business. And the way you're approaching it from a non-court standpoint is very important as well. So
Yes.
thanks so much for being with us. And guys, go to her website and find out about her. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Dr. Carson.